Hey, Niktana here, back with another interview, this time an update with none other than Edgeyberzerker.
Hello.
So, Edgey's been up to a lot more since the last time we talked, and I wanted to make sure all of you got to be updated and certainly go check her out. And one of the things that I have been I need to sit down and watch more of, but I was like hyper focused on the newest edition, which was the art channel.
Hmm.
So Edgey.
Yeah.
Oh my
Mhm.
god, I love how I just did. So Edgey, tell us about the fuck. What was the inspiration for starting that channel and how I'm sorry, how was the or sorry, let me try one more time. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration for that channel? How or what did you want from the channel and how has it been going?
The inspiration was just that I got into art YouTube and realized, oh, I can talk about my obsession with watercolors or art supplies that I hoard. And with just like even just simply as using an iPhone, I don't have to have like the biggest expensive setup for it, turned out. And so I was like, well, okay, I like art. Everyone knows I draw and all this stuff because I do the Choose Your Fighter art streams and all that. I'm like, why not just do a simple arts channel? Doesn't have to be the most like high tech or challenge based, etc. type of thing.
Hmm.
And it's just like stuff I like, or in just chatting of the process, or even just doing sketchbook tours, which turned out to be really popular. And yeah, just it's like one of those ones channels that's not a frequently updated one, but I feel like you shouldn't rush art like that either, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally agree because sometimes like just at least from my experience, it's like if I don't feel connected to my art, I do not do it because it will not only show in my art, but I won't believe my art.
Right.
So, and
Yeah.
it's just doing a disservice to it. So, I will admit, like, I'm not sure if, like, you feel this way. Like, if I'm doing, like, fan art or, say, art for someone else, I do feel that slight embarrassment of, like, inconsistent speed because there are some days I can just get through a piece and other days where I
Hmm.
cannot. And there's that standard that sort of, or maybe not, not an expectation, but just sort of that, like, un, uh, the inconsistency it makes it a little nerve wracking to talk about it and not be able to present it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I don't know, like one thing that kind of always rubbed me the wrong way of some like say other channels, like I'm not calling them out, they got like way more viewers than me. Don't worry. It's just like it's more of a me thing on this one. Um like for instance, it's like, "Oh, we got this one book. We're going to do the challenge to rush through it and see how many prompts we can get done." It's like, "But why? Why not just take your time and enjoy it instead?"
Yeah.
I don't know,
No,
it's
no,
just more like enjoy the process, and also, like, sketchbooks is another thing.
mm,
I wanna encourage people to know that you don't have to have the most aesthetic, perfect sketchbook.
mhm.
You can scribble and draw crap in it. It's fine.
I still like. I know it's not the greatest paper. I used computer paper for so much
Oh
growing
my
up
gosh. I
that
have so much.
I literally like because it was cheap. There was so much
Yeah,
of it.
and it's
It
all you can
smears like a
use.
bitch, but
Yeah.
it's just like there's something about it. Like I don't know. Like just for me, like I'll have the nostalgia of like I kind of want to whip out some fucking computer paper just so I can draw on it.
Yes. And the funny part is your best stuff will be on the cheapest stuff.
But yeah, no, I think like the only reason I would even like think of like someone doing something like or like for like a challenge for like a rush job, it's like some people just need that incentive, I guess. It's just
Yeah.
for me, I like my incentive really dies down quick if I'm like, because every time I'm drawing a line, there's like emotion being bled into it. Like I could be
Mhm.
sad, depressed. That's why some pieces I can't do. Like I'll
Mhm.
have to be like, I gotta put this off and draw it differently because my dark style is coming out, or my '90s anime, or my this or my that, and it's like it's not gonna look
Mhm.
good for this piece. But for
Uh-huh.
you, I admired the fact that I even got to see mediums that I was too scared to use.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of people. It's funny, the channel really also started out of my frustration of people using watercolor pencils wrong.
Really?
I was every time it's like, I don't know how to use this. Maybe you use it like this. It's like, no.
I is this stupid that I like when I think of watercolor pencils, my brain even it's like dipping it in water and then drawing.
You know what? That's one of the techniques, actually. Funny
Really?
enough. Yeah.
I don't
But
dabble into the water stuff. I'm too nervous.
yeah, and honestly, it is like considered one of the more difficult mediums just because it's so unpredictable.
Hmm. Plus, it's
But
paper,
like
right?
watercolor pencils, for one thing, is like one of those things where it's like you can take your time on it and layer. You don't have to do it all in one shebang. Also, if you're like, oh, it doesn't look like a pencil crown drawing, it's like, but you gotta add water, and that's where the color comes out.
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
with watercolors, you kind of like the whole purpose is to have it bleed a little, right?
Yeah, it's literally a high concentration of pigment on it.
Hmm.
So, like, for instance, some people do as like a quick travel palette is that they press really hard on some watercolor paper and just like do their thick layer, and then they have a travel watercolor palette because they have the thing right there.
And I bet like paper plays also. Is there like absorbent like sort of paper and stuff like?
Yeah. Now, I haven't really dabbled in the more expensive paper. I have like a few pads, but I'm afraid to use them, sort of thing. But I know that like some of them have better absorbencies and all that.
Hmm.
Like the best thing to do is just get like a watercolor cardstock. There's some like easy accessible like ones that are inexpensive but good.
Hmm.
So like people aren't locked out, sort of thing, either.
You know, I've always wanted to try doing like watercolor paintings and stuff like that, but it's
Hmm.
just I have a heavy hand and I just am like maybe I'm not just the greatest at doing more elegant pieces like this, but I mean I still want to try it, but at least when I watched your channel, I saw so many different tools being
Hmm.
used that I just again I was too frightened to ever think of.
Yeah.
So I thank you for that because like again it was not only beautiful art, but I loved seeing like just so many different like tools being used because
Hmm.
nothing against like the traditional pen or not pen
Yeah.
well I used pen but inking pencil
Yeah.
work and stuff. Charcoal I also like, but
Yeah.
um at least I got to see different mediums on that, and also just plentiful work too because like I just loved when you were flipping through pads and I was like, oh my god, look how much, because it's wonderful to see how an artist grows from their humble beginnings into their their creative journey as they go along.
Yeah. Like I still have old sketchbooks from 90s when I was a teenager, which is insane to think about. And going through those, I'm like, wait, I thought these were good. Ooh.
Did you
Because
ever
they
think of
have like
redrawing old pieces?
probably because they have the Dorito chins happening in the old part.
Oh, well, in all fairness, I mean, fucking, if you look in 90s anime, they do have a Dorito chin, and they have the fucking golf club wood cheek.
I need people to understand. I was obsessed with the Shonen Ai manga Bronzetsu. And a lot of people make fun of that artwork. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I learned from it, and
So,
it
yeah,
made me a better artist.
like, for me, like, my influences were fucking, like, when I think of, like, my anime, like, I had to explain to somebody, it's like, mine is all training from the 90s, because, or even early
Yeah,
2000s, because, like, I had Vampire Hunter D, Sailor Moon, The Slayers, um,
yeah,
Toshinden.
yeah. Tsukasa Kotobuki is one of my main influences. Same with Obari, who
Like,
did the Fatal Fury animes.
I think for oh god I love some of the game
Yeah.
animes. I don't think I can stomach watching the Samurai Showdown one though.
Oh, that one's god awful. But the one that was fan sub, the OVA 2, is actually pretty good.
What pissed me off was when they made like whenever a guy was too pretty, they were like, "Oh, it's a female. Don't worry."
Oh god, I
And
hated that.
then
They
fucking
even did that in the Gotcha Man anime, the 90s OVA they did. I was like, but why?
uh but it's I don't know, there's something charming about that style. I wish I saw it more, but I'm kind of at the same time like despite the fact that I am subconscious about doing like anime stuff. See,
Mhm.
furry art just is a little more there's
Yeah,
more freedom for me in it cuz I don't have to be perfect with it, and I can be more jagged and obscure, and it's because
yeah,
it's. But when I've tried to draw fan art for people, it's like I know so many VTubers, and all of them are like happy anime, modern anime, and I'm like, this is so everything I'm not. So
yeah.
it's a challenge.
Yeah, like I have been now redabbling back into the furry art because I've been hired to draw wrestling t-shirts for a furry tag team, which is hilarious. And
Oh, nice.
I noticed my furry style dabbles into 90s anime bloody roar.
Yep, yep. Do you? Do you think that's sort of the appeal of like the elongated jaggedness, like almost like the obscure
Yes.
proportions? Because like for me, the fucking Toshinden makes me laugh because I love those fucking legs up to the neck.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you about his art style because I own a bunch of like doujinshi sketchbooks he released.
Hmm.
And when you actually look through those sketchbooks, you realize he knows everything about proportion. He just makes it stylized
Yeah,
and it makes it work. And when I see people making fun of 90s anime style, it's like, y'all aren't looking at the whole picture. It's stylized. It doesn't have to be realistic to be good, you
exactly.
know?
I think that's
Uh-huh.
why I don't my tongue. I think that's why
Yeah.
modern anime doesn't really like it doesn't appeal to me too much because it's like I love elongated, obscure kind of like stylized proportions
Yeah.
because it's just like it shows character in one style, and that's
I
the beauty of the art.
And also, like, the most modern anime I am into right now is JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, which started in the 80s, and the style is like the crazy elongated because I love that shit.
Oh my god, it's I it's funny how like it's I will admit modern anime is very pretty, but
Yes.
just there's just something just more I don't know I just love the appeal of just more like just taking more risks, if you will.
Yes. Yes. Because there are a bunch of stuff that also looks kind of the same.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that's why, like, at the same time, like right now I'm kind of on a One Piece kick. It's appealing to me because it's its own style and it's very stylized. And it's just like, yeah, this artist knows what he's doing. Even though there's a lot of people like bitching about proportions and that again.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's stylized. If you actually study it, you're like, oh no, this guy knows way more about stuff than I do. And that's
Oh,
why they're the professional that makes a lot of money off of their property.
actually, two things. Like, one, I think I actually saw some of your furry work. I think you sent me it because I
Yeah,
think we
yeah,
had this conversation before. Speaking
yeah,
of furry wrestling, though,
yeah.
King
Yes,
Tekken is something that you have been
Tekken.
playing quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
How have you been enjoying it?
I have been loving it still. Even though I'm currently playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I still think Tekken's my game of the year so far. But we'll see. But I've been like playing the hell out of it because it is like because I don't have Toshinden. And I gotta accept the fact that it's probably never coming back. Um, Tekken though was the other fighting game in the PS1 era that I played the crap out of, specifically too because of the demo disc, and I consider it my fighting game because of that. Sounds weird, I know, but yeah, it's my fighting game, and I just want to play it, have fun. I may not be like the best player in the world, but I enjoy the process regardless.
Well, that's the one thing that I appreciate. Like as I've mentioned before, like either on my own videos or even in the interviews, it's like I still consider
Mhm.
you like the fighting game queen of YouTube
Yeah, yeah.
because see if you haven't watched Edgey when I was binging her when I first started watching her, I was like sick. I was high on meds, and I was just like I can't do much. I just need to binge. And the okay, well I found her through the Soul Blade playthrough of Sophitia.
Yeah.
I say Sophitia for the people because they get pissy, but I say Sophitia, and I will say
I say
Sophitia to the end of time.
Sophitia too because I feel like that is closer to the Greek pronunciation, honestly.
It just
And as someone whose family is Greek, you know.
I think like for me just like I maybe maybe there's some area where the guy like pronounced it like over pronounced it and like sort of was like Sophitia like he didn't know,
Yeah.
but it's still it's in my head it sounded right, and then
Yeah,
later
yeah.
on when it's like Sophitia and I was like oh
Yeah.
it flows but it sounds like she's defeated. It's like it doesn't have the Fitia and like it does I don't know, but
Sophitia.
um so I watched that and then I watched Death by Degrees and I started binging, but what I noticed about Edgey is she played so many fighting games. Some of them I haven't even heard of, which was nice. But what was so specific about her channel was she's so thorough. She plays every single character and the unlocks.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's funny because like for a while I would do like say a random type game that's not really fighting related.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to change it up. I'm going to give myself like 2 days off. The one ended up becoming a streaming day, which is absolutely fine because I would have been streaming on that day anyways on Twitch. So it's just a YouTube hangout day instead. And I was like, you know what? Instead of just like randomly doing stuff, we're going to do fighting games, characters by character by character. Doesn't matter if I know how to play the character. It doesn't matter if I know how to play the game. We're going to go through this and figure out if there's sauce to this. So that meant I had to revisit some that I only did one-offs for. Like, for instance, like Fatal Fury 1 and Art of Fighting 1, I can do one-offs because they are technically one-off games.
Oh God, I remember you fucking revisiting on a stream and it gave me nightmares. Was the fucking what was it, Fighting Masters, or what the fuck was that one where you actually got to the mechs though?
What was it? Battle Master. That
was
actually
oh my
on
fuck,
Twitch.
that game gave me nightmares.
Oh my gosh. And that was a Twitch stream too, I remember. Because I was like, you know what? There has to be more to this game. I need to figure this out. And then it's like, oh, I'm figuring stuff out. It wasn't good, but I figured it out.
Was it good? I figured it out.
Like they like the mechanic was basically you had to build your mech, right? For the final area.
Mm-hmm.
But that meant grinding the same moves over and over again with that type of style of fighting.
Yep.
Not fun. It is not a good game at all. But it was a fascinating like dip into going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also on Twitch, I ended up I did a one-off on Albala Burn and I shat on it. But then I played the whole adventure mode. And I'm like, oh wait, this game is actually a good adventure game. It's just a bad fighting game.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think why do I feel like there's a game like that where like the adventure mode was better than the actual fucking game.
Ehrgeiz? No,
I have yet to play that. I
actually we gotta say the whole title.
I need to play that still. So, funny enough, back in the days of a very well, not really newish, but relatively new eBay.
Yeah.
I ordered that game.
Mm-hmm.
It came ripped to hell and it had a Blockbuster thing on it.
No, no!
I was like, the fuck is this? So I'll have different dark magics to play it, but I have yet to play that. I have the manual though.
Oh, fantastic.
Like the book. I have the fucking strategy guide.
I have the strategy guide still too. It's in mint condition. That's the best part.
I was trying to think of I could have swear oh shit, what was it? Oh yeah, the other playlist was the Raido Kuzunoa versus the Soulless Army. I think I'm saying that right. That was another one I used to binge too.
I recently cleared the sequel on Twitch and that was a wild ride.
Is there any game that you're looking forward to in like to maybe revisit?
Next year is going to be my 10-year anniversary apparently. Which means a good old friend called Death by Degrees. I think we need to revisit that one. I think it's time.
I look forward to that.
Because I didn't redo the Bryce fight originally. I just did some animation explaining what happened.
Oh, right. With the Frieza one, right?
Yes. So I'm like, okay, we need to revisit. I have better capture capabilities. I have better microphone. Let's do this. And I also have a better viewpoint on the game as well. Because I played it already. And it's like, okay, you know what? And by the time of one of the boss fights, I ended up seeing like, you know what? I see what they're doing with this, and I actually am kind of liking this now. I don't know if that's Stockholm syndrome, but you know.
I mean, I just look forward to it because like, even when you're playing a character you don't like, the entire Death by Degrees, like,
yeah.
I mean, the Anna, or I'm sorry, the Nina Anna kind of thing. It was nice to see in a
Yeah.
sense, but it's like that
I
game.
actually thought that Anna's design in that one was really cool.
I liked her suit. I mean, I think you can play
Yeah.
her, right?
Yeah, there's like a mode. I unfortunately don't have that save anymore because the Soul Calibur 3 bug ate it.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
You actually had the Soul Calibur bug.
Yeah, because okay, I was like, oh, I'm gonna play this, this Souls mode that's on it.
Hmm.
Everyone was making jokes. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't understand. Oh, didn't you know that there's a bug about your save? Oh, why didn't you tell me instead of me messing up my PS2 memory card?
I did not have the bug. I have a Soul Calibur save file.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what like sets it off though.
It's that mode or whatever that not Edge Master. I guess Edge Master
Well,
mode or whatever.
it's the Chronicles of the Sword, but I also have.
Yeah.
I never had it.
Yeah, it's like the WWF No Mercy memory card bug. It just sometimes happens.
Oh my God! I had that game too.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was
same,
what
and I
the
never
fuck.
ran into that bug, and I found out that you would lose your whole save file. I'm like, oh,
So is it just for the game or the whole card?
the whole memory card.
Holy shit! I gotta get that off.
Yeah, like, and I unfortunately had that one hit. I managed to save my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure one though, because I will get Dio mode. It's just a lot of grinding also. And that'll be another good one to do, I think, for the 10-year as well.
You know what's fucked up is like I had a chill like am I like I am like out of breath a little bit because I'm like, oh my God, why
Yeah.
does it feel like I have two time bombs in two different cases right now?
Yes, I know. It's very shitty.
So like if you do you know if you like if you remove it if it will like.
I don't
Oh my
remember.
God,
I'm
I'll have
sorry.
to
I just
research that because like
know.
I never had the problem like but it's sort of like like again it just feels like something pending.
Yeah, right? And it was just like everyone was just making jokes. I'm like, I don't understand your memes. Oh, it's this. It's like, oh, cool. Can you stop talking hieroglyphics and tell me?
I was so isolated I never knew of this until much later.
Yeah, I didn't know until people made jokes about it when I was playing it. I'm so mad.
So, so before we end, I wanted to ask you, is there anything that you want to tell the viewers or anything you'd like to check out, things you are working on, what does the future hold for Edgeyberzerker?
Edgeyberzerker will keep updating because the fighting game barrel goes very, very, very deep. And we got a lot of fun stuff coming up. I can't really tell you what's winning in votes because those are coming up actually very soon. But we're gonna dip into like some Mortal Kombat. Like I can tell about this one, Blood Warrior. After I finish Mortal Kombat Annihilation, we're gonna have a little palate cleanser before we go to Mortal Kombat 10 or 11, sorry. And yeah, we're gonna just play a monster game that's a Mortal Kombat clone that contains a kappa, and it's made by the people that made Battle Monsters.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's actually a fascinating game that actually plays pretty good, honestly. And of
Oh, Battle
course,
Monsters. Sorry,
yeah.
I thought it was you were talking about
Oh,
fucking
not Battle
killing.
Masters. I think they only made one game.
Wait, which one? Wait, Battle Monsters.
Okay, Battle Monsters, the Sega Saturn
Oh,
one.
don't forget about the PlayStation one though.
Yeah. Oh
The
yeah,
sister
yeah.
game, the Killing
Yeah.
Zone
Oh yeah.
with the Naga that had the tail whip.
Yeah. That was kind of like the unofficial sequel.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
it kind of is sad to see. They fucking have the fucking Tekken character select screen, which wasn't
Yep.
they weren't even trying. They weren't even fucking trying to hide it. And
Isn't
yeah,
that
no.
always the case?
Oh God.
And oh, what is it? Of course, every Thursday is Yakuza YouTube Day, where I'm just going through Yakuza 0 to whatever's released. I'm currently at Yakuza 4. And yeah, I've been enjoying that one a lot. Someday Kiryu and Majima will kiss, but until then,
Is there like
until
an
then.
unofficial like sort of like BL fandom thing for that or
Oh
something?
my god. Not even BL, like just the canon people playing the game. It's like, why won't these two just kiss? Jesus.
So much sexual tension you could cut it with a
Yeah,
knife.
like honestly, Majima is very queer coded. So I call him like a bisexual disaster, and I love him. And then of course Twitch, I've have my Saturday game where it's just like a JRPG or something. Digital Devil Saga currently happening. Digital Devil Saga 2, I should say. And then Squeenix Sundays is Final Fantasy 2 Pixel Remaster. Then during the week is gonna be my usual like either Garbage Day, Tekken 8, and of course Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, because that just came out and I'm gonna be playing that a lot as well.
Call me fucked up. I actually love the Garbage Day streams.
Oh my god, they're great. I'm gonna have another one this
Like
week.
yesterday with the fucking
Oh,
oh
that
my
oh I we're gonna go into the arcade one because I'm fascinated now.
I could not fucking believe what I was watching, and I thought I couldn't believe like the toxic waste pools.
Oh my god, that PS1 version did the arcade version dirty.
I thought they took the sprites from the arcade for the character select screen, and just when you get into the game, they kind of were like, oh, well,
They messed up big time because I played the arcade version. I'm like, this is nothing like that piece of crap I just witnessed. And it's fascinating. So we are going to cover the arcade version. Of course, I'm going to play a bit of the PS1 version just to, remind people.
The last time I saw, like, I think it was on Garbage Day, was like something
Yeah.
that was not a great version of a game. Was the one where it was like, oh my god, it was there was like this winged rock guy, a rocka guy,
Okay.
and it was like the PS1 didn't have like endings or something. I'm fucking
Oh.
trying to remember the goddamn name of the game.
Was it Voltage Fighter Gaokaiser?
It might have been. It was the one where you were playing each time trying to find an ending, beating it different ways.
Yes.
And you couldn't.
Yes. And I remember you were like, "Oh no, Edgey, are you okay?"
Yes, because
I went silent and I was seething.
I felt so bad because like usually you have if you watch her shit, she has so much composure for the weirdest shit that happens or the fucking weirdest game she's playing. That time I was like, oh my god, is she okay?
And it's funny because I love the Neo Geo CD version of that game. The Neo Geo CD version is fantastic. But then that PS1 version downgrades everything. They could have translated that Neo Geo CD version like they did with the Double Dragon Fighter. But no, let's try to be fancy. Let's tie in the anime, but let's not give anyone the endings they deserve.
That sounds like Soul Calibur 5.
And then oh no, but but just to be continued, there'll be more. There was never any other one. There was never another one.
That's like the old movies that fucking like they went before they bomb. They're like they have like the ending where it's like, oh, you thought they were gonna get a sequel.
Yeah, the what was it? The Dark Pictures, or not Dark Pictures, the Dark Universe or something like that, with the mummy.
Oh god. I was thinking of the fucking Mario Brothers live action movie.
Oh yeah,
where they have Daisy coming in, not even Peach, in a pink dress. It's Daisy, and I was like, you really thought this was gonna get a sequel?
Meanwhile, as a kid, I really liked that movie like a lot.
I mean, see. The reason, okay, so I didn't like it too much then. I liked it more as an adult because it's I know this is gonna be hard.
Blade Runner.
It's really hard to detach the fact that it's a Mario movie, but it's sort of if you have a twisted fever dream, and if you can look at it from that, if like a darker sort of take on Mario, it's quite interesting.
I look at it as like, otherworld fan fictions. I looked at it as that, and it was like a weird combo of Mario Brothers and Blade Runner, and it's like, hell yeah, I like this.
I think it's like like I said, it's like it's not going to compare to like if you want to see a Mario movie, it's definitely go for the one that was recently, if you want like a lot of fan service that's more dedicated to the game.
Yeah.
This one despite the fact that, again, if you were to look at it as just simply a Mario movie, you are going to be
Mhm.
sorely disappointed. But if you go into it looking at it from an artistic point of view and just like a little bit of a twist, there's some areas where it's really strange, but in some areas it's like almost, it's just a little disturbingly creative.
Yeah. And also, we got to remember at that time, we didn't have much information about the world of Mario
Hmm.
except from whatever was in the booklet.
The interpretation is what
Yeah.
is fascinating.
Yeah. I think I was just disappointed that Bowser wasn't a giant dragon.
I know, it's all the scaly stuff, but
Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, no Big Daddy Bowser. Okay,
right.
fine. Ugh,
Yeah, that
monsters.
part did irk me.
Yeah.
Yoshi, just keep in mind if you like
I,
animatronics.
that's a great animatronic. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
I mean it's sad when gets the fucking shit kicked out of it a little bit in one
Yeah,
scene,
but
but
you're supposed to feel bad for him.
I know it's just
It's
kind of
good.
sad because like whenever I see an animatronic beat to hell, I'm like, I mean, yeah, for the character that's one thing, but like an animatronic, it's
Yeah,
like, oh god, that's someone's work and that's someone's art, and it just
that's so expensive.
I think that there was like sort of like that with like, despite the fact that I mean I it's not like I love Chucky or anything,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
when
yeah.
there's that one scene in the first movie where she's just dragging that fucking thing's arm, and it was like, oh my god, lady, like it's a there, you, it's not just a prop. But all right, to end it now, Edgy, would you like to tell the people where they can find you?
Yes, you can find me on YouTube and Twitch, Edgeyberzerker. Come hang out. I do streams and I play games, and if you like fight games especially, that's channel for you.
And the links will
Y-
be in the description below. And once again, thank you
mhm.
so much for talking with me, Edgy.
Yeah, no worries.
So this is Niktana, and here with Edgeyberzerker. Make sure to go check her out. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and have a great week.
Bye.